Hello all. Today we'll have a discussion on the topic COGS or CGS. There are 4 questions which we are interested in answering. Question number 1 is this: what is cost of goods sold? Question number 2 is how to compute cost of goods sold for a trading firm. How to compute cost of goods sold for a manufacturing firm. That is the third one we are interested in answering today. And the last one is whether cost of goods sold is a relevant item for service firms. Let's look at question number 1. What is cost of goods sold, which is otherwise known as COGS or CGS. Sometimes we funnily call somebody as COGS. In fact, one of my earlier students was very much fond of this item, so such a way that his batchmates used to call him as COGS. So he is a COGS. Kausav it is. I hope Kausav may be seeing this video, right? Yeah. So coming to the topic, cost of goods sold. So there are 3 words here. Word number 1 is cost, second one is goods, third one is sold. So it is not cost of goods produced, it is not cost of goods purchased, it is cost of goods sold. It is going to be reported in income statement under direct matching, under the matching concept. So the second question we would like to know is this: how to compute cost of goods sold for a trading firm. A trading firm is one which simply buys and sells the product. So that means it's not going to manufacture the product or it's not going to render any service, right? So the example for that in India are these Big Bazaar, Reliance Mart, Amazon, Flipkart, and the Kirana shop in your locality is coming under the heading of trading firms. Now the question is, how can we find out COGS or cost of goods sold for a trading firm? We are going to make use of a very simple formula here, wherein we will start with opening balance of merchandise. We will add purchase of merchandise with the opening balance, and the total out of these two we will make use to subtract the closing balance of merchandise. Once we do that, we are going to have the cost of goods sold for the trading firm, right? So let me give you some numerical so that you understand this. So let us assume there is one hypothetical trading firm. Let us assume the opening balance of merchandise or stock for this firm is INR 50 crores, and the firm has purchased stock right in that period which is worth around INR 450 crores, and the closing balance of the stock is INR 100 crores. Now could you tell how much is the cost of goods sold for this firm? Could you just compute that? Maybe I can give you 2-3 seconds, right? You have the formula here, you have the numbers here. Could you just find out how much is the cost of goods sold for this trading firm in this period? Yeah, so it is basically opening balance plus purchase minus closing balance. Opening balance of inventory is 50 crores, purchase of inventory is 450 crores, closing balance of inventory is 100 crores. So that means what is the total, what is the net amount? It is INR 400 crores, right? So opening balance of inventory plus purchase of stock minus closing balance of inventory gives you INR 400 crores. That is nothing but cost of goods sold for this trading firm for this period. The next question we are interested in answering is this: we want to know what is the cost of goods sold for a manufacturing firm, right? So we are going to make use of 3 steps here. Before that, let's look at some example for a manufacturing firm, right? A manufacturing firm is basically going to convert the raw material into finished goods. What are the examples for that? All the automobile manufacturing companies, for example Maruti Suzuki Limited, Tata Motors, right? All the two-wheeler manufacturing companies, all the companies that manufacture air conditioners, all the companies that manufacture cement, all the companies that manufacture refrigerator, all the companies that manufacture fans, computers, all these things are coming under the example of or category of manufacturing firms, right? We want to know what is the cost of goods sold for a manufacturing firm, right? So how can you find out that? You can find out that in 3 steps. Step number 1, compute the total production cost or manufacturing cost or factory cost incurred by the firm in that year. That is step number 1. In step number 2, compute the number of units produced by the firm in that period. In step number 3, compute what is the cost of production per unit by dividing A by B. Right? Let me give you an example for that. Before that, let's look at what are the components of manufacturing cost for a manufacturing firm. It consists of all these items: raw material expenses, direct labor expenses, indirect labor expenses, factory utilities, depreciation of factory assets, any other factory expenses are coming under the bucket of manufacturing cost. Let us assume it is INR 500 crores for the hypothetical manufacturing firm in our example, right? Let's now look at the answer for the second step. Here we need to know what is the number of units produced in that period, right? How many units are produced by the firm in that period? Let us assume it is 10 crore units of finished goods that are manufactured by this firm in this period. Now let's go to the answer. That is step 3C. We need to know what is the CGS per unit. So that is nothing but cost of production in total divided by number of units produced by the firm in that period, right? So that means INR 500 crores divided by 10 crore units. Please mind this, the denominator is not in currency, rather it is in units, right? So once you simplify this formula, you will get the answer, that is nothing but INR 50 per unit, right? Let us assume this company sells in this year 5 crore units. That means out of the total 10 crore units manufactured by the company, let us assume that they are ending up selling only 5 crore units in that year. So now we have to find out the cost of goods sold, which has to be reported in the income statement of this firm, right? So how can you do that? It's very simple, right? Number of units, right, sold 5 crore units into cost of production per unit, that is INR 50. So if you do that, 5 into 50, so INR 250 crores is the cost of goods sold for this manufacturing firm, which needs to be shown in the income statement for the firm in that period. What about the remaining 250 crores that goes to the balance sheet under the heading of finished goods inventory? Please note that it is only finished goods inventory. Inventory is a broader term which consists of 4 components, namely raw material, work in progress or WIP, finished goods and spare parts. So out of those 4 items, we are talking only about the finished goods inventory, right? That means out of the total production cost of 500 crores, 250 crores is computed to be cost of goods sold, and the remaining 250 crores is considered to be value of inventory in the balance sheet for this firm in this period, right? Yeah. So the most important point is this. I told you in the previous lectures that in accounting we consider businesses to be going concern. That means 1 year is not adequate for completely preparing the accounting records for the firm, right? It's continuous, right? So that means we may be having inventory for work in progress, that means semi-finished products. If that is the case, the computation what we have done in the earlier step is not correct, because we have not considered the balance of opening balance and closing balance of work in progress or semi-finished goods in our example, right? So that means we have to change that slightly, right? Later on we are going to do that using T accounts, right? For the time being, this is the way of computing COGS. Accounting we will be learning over a period of time, so we are just getting into the concept one after the other. So for the time being, this is how we have to find out cost of goods sold for a manufacturing firm, right? And the last question is whether cost of goods sold is a significant item for a service company, for example Infosys, TCS, right, or State Bank of India, right, or any other bank or financial institution wherein you talk about services, right, or a kind of a media firm like NDTV, right? So do we need to find out COGS for them? If you ask, no, we don't compute COGS for them. And we may compute cost of sales, that is also an internal number, right? If you look at the service firms, they may not be spending a huge amount of money on material, whereas manufacturing firms spend a huge amount of money on material, right? For service firms, it is the employee cost which is going to be a significant item, right? So that means we may be doing cost of sales, but we will not be computing cost of goods sold, right? So that means it is a meaningless number, right? That's it. So what we have done in this lecture is basically we were trying to answer, right, 4 questions. So question number 1 is you can find out it is what is cost of goods sold or CGS. Question number 2 is how to compute cost of goods sold for a trading firm. Question number 3 is how to compute COGS for a manufacturing firm. And the last one is whether, right, COGS is a significant item for service firms, right? Yeah. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.